welcome to, I guess what you could say, a very special episode of the Brotherhood of Gaming. We are going to, well, kinda walk through some of Tales of the Heroes, Twin Brave, which is a Japanese exclusive game for the PSP that just came out, I guess, about 2 days ago. And a reason why I wanted to jump on this is because our favorite characters of all from the Tales series, Reid Farah and Farah Orsted from Tales of Eternia, are appearing in this game to fight alongside all the other heroes of the series. And so, being that many of you know how much we love Tales of Eternia, we had to at least show you something from the game. Not Tales of Eternia, but the characters, so... Anywho, this is Tales of the Heroes, Twin Brave, and we're going to walk through the entire story of the Tales of Eternia cast. Sound awesome, Gene?
Sounds great to me. Hey, there they are.
I have no idea what they're saying, but who cares?
It's Reid and it's Farah. They're just awesome like that.
You don't need to know what they're saying.
We have no idea if this game is canon, or where the hell they are, or what the hell they're doing here, or
I'm pretty sure that all these games, like Radiant Mythology, Versus, and all these other games that they're in are not canon.
They're just hanging out, something's going on, and Farah's being Farah, and Reid's being Reid. How much you want to bet that Farah's dragging Reid into this?
Funny you didn't mention that.
Yeah, I know. Kind of the theme, right? Reid,
Farah, sticking your nose into business and you don't even know what's going on.
Reid is the quintessential reluctant hero. Hey!
Hey! You! Get your ass out of this game!
Those are the heroes from Tales of the Tempest.
Yeah, the game that Namco tries to forget about.
But still awesome. I love all Tales games. I'll let you know right now. I'm just gonna
Tales of the Tempest is a Tales game that Namco apparently got ashamed of, so ashamed of that they dropped the mothership title name from it.
Yeah, it became an escort title because it was so bad. Oh well.
A Tales game that's only 10 hours long.
That just doesn't sound right. Well, anyway,
What can you get done in 10 hours?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Get to the next village.
Yeah, well, here's our menu for Reid and Farah. So right now I just bought a new weapon for Reid, which is the Destroyer from Tales of Eternia on Celestia's World. As you can see, I'm using the Crescent Axe, which is an inferior weapon. Now, there you go, Destroyer.
And he uses swords and axes. It was kind of cool.
Well, shall we start
Man,
the
he
adventure?
is working that man, Brian.
Yes!
No other character will do that.
Here we go.
Ah!
Now explain the gameplay for everyone out there, Will.
Alright, now, this game is basically a take on the Dynasty Warriors sort of gameplay, which is really good. And Dynasty Warriors has always been sort
Twin
of
Sonic
just
Blade.
to run through the entire level and beat them up. Just kill everything.
Tempest Strike!
When I was looking,
Rising
watching the
Phoenix!
gameplay, it reminded me of the Bleach Soul Resurrection.
You know, which Bleach Soul
Double
Resurrection is
spiral
just another
attack.
Dynasty Warriors knockoff too. Just because it copies another game's engine and gameplay style doesn't make it bad.
Oh no, I thought this was a great idea. Dynasty Warriors games with Tales characters. Go ahead, with all those great Tales attacks. Shit.
Just don't copy Final Fantasy. If I see my character standing still, I'm gonna be pissed. So we've got class moves here. So every move you're seeing with Reid is an attack he actually has from his game,
I like the fact
and it's awesome.
I like the fact he has yellow pants. Very nice.
Yeah, that's something for some
Woo!
reason in Radiant Mythology 1 and 2, they made his pants white. I know what Reid's thinking. These were white when I bought them.
Farah's still wearing that hilarious orange outfit.
And she owns it.
That hideous orange dress. Yeah, it's so wonderful.
Who cares? It's awesome! Oh, I wouldn't change a thing.
Reid and Farah, for those of you who don't know, are the, I guess you can call them the country folk. Live out there, they live out
in the woods.
Live out in the woods, the village.
Small time village, no electricity, no
Reid, of course, Reid by trade is a hunter.
But he doesn't kill the innocent animals. He kills the animals that try to kill him.
Right. Farah is a farmhand.
Keel is a scholar.
Keel's a scholar, yeah.
And Similarities, black.
Well, we'll get more into that later. Yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah, and you know, I love how they got the look perfectly down. I mean,
They knew how this character looked.
right.
And of course, throughout the level, like, the more enemies you kill, like apple gels, orange gels, Saboris, life bottles pop up out of them, goblins pop up out of them. Now.
Apple gels increase your life, orange gels increase your
TP, which is like your magic power.
By the way, the music playing in the
Twin Sonic
background
Blade.
is from my second favorite Tales game, Tales of Legendia.
It's a remix of
So-
the Overworld.
Eugene is a very happy boy right now.
Oh, look who we have here.
Uh-oh!
You guys are about to get your asses whooped.
Bring it! I'll show you!
Come
Oh.
on.
Yeah. Twin Brave!
Now, explain this feature.
Now, if you do an art and call your partner, both of you attack in unison, which is a twin brave.
Nice.
Is it necessary? No, I think it's kind of just a gimmick because nothing really happens while you're in it. It's just
looks
it looks
cool.
it looks cool. Ah! Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now we're uh-oh.
Oh no.
Now.
Oh!
Aurora Sword! And that's the end of
Had
that.
enough? Rising Phoenix.
What you just saw was only just a
what-
little bit of Reid's potential.
What you saw there was called ownership.
Just like Reid's got a chain and a collar around these two characters right now. He just owns them.
Yeah. Jeez. Those were all the Aurora powers all together.
No, not all of them.
No.
That was just Aurora Wall and Aurora Sword. He didn't do the Aurora Wave. Yee.
Did you
Yay,
think
we
you'd
won.
win?
Was there any doubt? Nice here.
If he did the Aurora Wave, I think he would have just blew up the entire area.
Mr. Herschel, we're really sorry. You know, I know we kind of deserved that.
We started a fight with you, and you know, we're in your presence.
Ray's like, it's
Farrah's just like, yeah, whatever. Farrah's just like, Farrah's being her cheerful self.
I'm like, whatever.
I wonder if there's a McDonald's around here.
I know. Yeah, Reid Farah wrote up to McDonald's. Reid's like, okay, I like the left side of the menu. Farah, what you gonna have? The thing about Reid is that he does like to eat, but he never gains any weight. Probably because he probably gets from the metabolism. Like he's just, I don't know. Unfortunately, in other Tales games, it kind of went too far with that joke.
It was in Radiant Mythology 1. I could not believe how far they went with that joke. Like, we know that he loves to eat. In Tales of Eternia, there have been scenes where he demanded eating food. He loves to do it. But never throughout the entire game was he so obsessed with food where in every scene, in every sentence, it had to do with food. I could not believe how they butchered his character in Radiant Mythology 1.
Lightning Blade.
They butchered his gameplay, they butchered his character.
Another thing about that too is that they really slowed him down in Radiant Mythology 1. I guess they felt like maybe he was too powerful, so they had to, I guess, slow him. So they just slowed down his speed. He was a lot slower than he was before.
It was just,
He was still powerful, but he was.
I was just
much slower.
amazed at how they did that to him. How they just made him like one of the worst characters in the game. Like even
I
though
wouldn't go that far.
he was.
I won't go that far. He was just slower than we were used to. I mean, we can still play as him.
Like I forced myself to play as him. I was like, no, I'm not gonna take this. I'm gonna make him the most powerful character here. I did,
Oh, yeah.
but I was just like, damn.
But you know, I guess it's kind of hard for us because, like I said, we play Tales of Eternia, and we know how powerful this dude is.
Yeah, like some people might say that we're biased towards the Tales of Eternia. That's not true. It's not. I love Tales of Eternia to death, and I hold it to a real high standard because it did revolutionize the Tales series and how it progressed.
It was. It developed the fighting style that was used for new war games.
Like even Namco stated itself that the series had revolutionized.
It all started. It wanted, like I said, that new game. It presented that new gameplay feel.
Lightning Blade!
Man, look at all those nice attacks.
Rising Phoenix!
Why didn't I think of this before? A Dynasty Warrior game with Tails attacks? Oh, hell yeah.
I'll beat him up with Tails. Oh! This is too good.
I unfortunately, the Tales series doesn't have as huge a fan base here in America. I mean, it's not as well known as other JRPGs such as Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest.
You know, and that I've actually wanted to do a discussion about Final Fantasy and the Tales series a lot, because I honestly don't buy that there is not as big as a Tales fandom over in America. I think there really is. The only reason why Final Fantasy has gotten such a big name is because it's gotten nearly all of the games out over here, and unfortunately,
They're marketed really well.
yeah, they're marketed really well, and what also I think the prejudice against hand-drawn animation plays into the series.
Yeah, that's another good point. I mean,
That Final Fantasy focuses on beautiful graphics, CGI, and makes it look very realistic to where everybody's like awe-inspired to get into it. While the Tales series sticks to its traditional animation, anime, which unfortunately gets swarmed by every other anime that exists in the world. And
this is unfortunate because, like I say, Tales is huge in Japan, and we got some people coming. Uh-oh, this is
Shin
a dude.
Meteorites
And
Kohack Hearts from Tales of Hearts. Now, surprise! I'd honestly go as far
Come
to say that I
on.
think the Tales series might be more popular than Final Fantasy in Japan.
well, it's huge in Japan, and
Because-
it's also huge in France.
Yeah, because does Final Fantasy have its own
Uh-oh.
store?
Uh-oh.
Now,
Ah!
take this. Tell me more.
Oh, damn, Reid, you didn't have to do all that.
Shing just went down. Kohack's like,
I'm
oh,
not
shit.
done yet.
I was like, oh dear.
Twin Brave!
Had enough?
And, like, does Final Fantasy have its own cafe? Does Final Fantasy have its own store? Does Final Fantasy have its own festival? No, but Tales does over in Japan.
You were getting into a discussion, or at least involved in a discussion a while ago on Tales forums. I guess some Final Fantasy fans came in there and started talking trash.
Oh, it was on some YouTube videos.
You know,
about,
that was easy. How was that?
On the intro of Tales of Graces, like, Final Fantasy fanboys just started going in there and fighting with the Tales series. Like, guys,
they're like, wow, Reid, you're so strong and so handsome. He's like, shut up, baby, I know.
I just love Reid's face right now. He just does not care. He does not give a damn right now.
I try to avoid those kind of discussions. I just think it's pointless. I got nothing. I'm a huge Tales fan, but I got nothing against Final Fantasy.
I like Final Fantasy as well. Like I can.
And for those who say, like I said, I know that, and I'm not saying that, like I said, that turn-based fighting.
It has its audience.
It's fine. Like I said, I have Dragon Quest 8. I really enjoy that game, so I got no problems with it. I just prefer the more fast-paced, kinetic action of the Tales series. Someone said it's a lot like Street Fighter in a way, or at least Tales of Eternia was.
Yeah.
It was a lot like Street Fighter in a way, and I agree with that.
Let's see. Now where are we?
Also, if you notice too, they're wearing collars around their chokers, yeah, chokers around their neck. That signifies their status, their class, which is another major topic that's discussed in Eternia.
You guys have the word chokers.
Look at those biceps. Her. Oh, that was a great picture on once I saw of Reid Herschel where he looked like He-Man.
Yeah, because it's Eternia.
I have the power.
By the power of Seyfert.
Yeah. So this whole thing, like, Tales series and Final Fantasy, I mean, they're two completely different things.
But for some reason, they just love to fight about it.
I made a comment that, like, Tales and Final Fantasy is like apples and oranges, and some other fans say it's more like apples and kumquats. I mean, they're two completely different things. And there's room for both. But I think you're right. Well, I think a lot of the prejudice against hand-drawn animation, which is really upsetting. I also like the fact you can also jump and do attacks here.
Yeah.
Can you juggle people?
Yeah. You can juggle people if you get the right art.
This is so nice.
That was Twin Sonic Blade.
And did you say that they kind of borrowed some Kingdom Hearts elements?
Well, yeah, just being able to stay up in the air for a little while and actually do some air combos and some arts in the air is, you're juggling these enemies. Like, that's really cool.
So the more Tales games we can get over here, the better. Me and Will always buy the Tales games when they come over here and showing our support. We recently bought Tales of the Abyss for the 3DS.
Which we're not going to walk through for you. I'm sorry.
We both reserved our copies of Tales of Graces F.
And we highly encourage everybody out there to do the
Please.
with PS3 coming out on March